Hey everyone, this is Tolan Peterson with myfirstplacenorthwest.org. So today we're going to talk about first-time home buyers potentially buying their first home at an open house and some of the pitfalls that can come along with this approach. So the first issue that we'll discuss is the possibility of a misconception that there are a lot of other buyers that are interested in the property, right? So if you're going into an open house, especially in today's market, there is a higher likelihood that there are going to be a lot of potential buyers in the premises when you're there viewing the property. So this may give you the misconception or the false perception that all of these buyers are interested in the property and therefore they're all going to write offers. So the first issue can arise at this situation and cause you to potentially overpay for the property, right? You end up offering more money than you might have had to get the property because you have this perception that all of these buyers around you are all also going to write offers on the property. And often this may not be the case. A lot of these buyers may get into the property and decide that this isn't really the property for them, right? Second issue that can arise is, generally speaking, most people that are going to open houses on their own, when they find a home that they're interested in, they end up writing an offer with the listing agent. Now, we've done some blogs about this in the past, about dual agency, about how it's bad to work with the listing agent. You can go check those other blogs out to get a better explanation, but just real briefly, the listing agent's there to represent the seller. Don't have any misconceptions about that. That's their job. That's who they've signed a contract with. And so technically they have the ability to represent you as well, hence the term dual agency. However, an inherent conflict of interest arises when one individual tries to represent two different parties that are negotiating against each other, right? So dual agency is bad. Try to stay away from it at all costs. The third issue that can arise is the possibility of buyer's remorse, right? And so if we go back to our first example or issue of overpaying for a property, potentially because you have the conception or the perception that a lot of these other buyers in the property are interested, you may also write an offer, get the house, close, and move in and think, wow, we bought this house so fast. We didn't really have time to think about it because we had this perception that it was a hot property. Now that we're actually moving in, we notice a lot of issues that we aren't really happy with, and maybe we wouldn't have even bought this house in the first place if it wasn't for this perception that a lot of other people wanted it, right? So that's just a couple brief examples of why you shouldn't really buy a house at an open house. A lot of you are probably asking, well then, how should I buy a house? First and foremost, you should have a professional real estate agent that's representing your best interest, not the sellers, not attempting to represent both parties, but just you solely. What that agent can also do for you is they can also schedule private showings so that you're getting into the home without the seller there, without the listing agent there, without other buyers there, so that you can really take some time to view the property on your own, kind of in privacy, to really determine, is this a good property? Is this something that we want to, spend the next couple years in? Another service that your agent can offer for you is contacting the listing agent, finding out, are there other offers on the table? Are there other interested buyers? Really to help you gauge what your level of competition is, again, so that you don't go into writing your offer, potentially overpaying, potentially not getting as good of a deal as you could have. So that's all we have for today. If you'd like to learn more about hiring a real estate agent to represent you, or if you just want to find out more about the first-time home buyer process in general, please go to our website at www.myfirstplacenw.org. Sign up for one of our free workshops. Well, thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.